Hey, I'm Amanda Vernon. Welcome to Word for the Week. My word for the week is we ask you not to be shaken out of your minds suddenly. In this episode, I'm going to share my experience of going to Mass last Sunday. I'm going to explore what I think the Lord is calling me to do about the word that He gave me, that He spoke to me in Mass, and then I'm going to ask how my word might apply to your lives as well. This past Sunday at home in Arizona with David and our 4 kids, we went to Mass in the evening as we like to do together as a family, and I was super upset before Mass. I was actually having a great weekend. I went to brunch with some friends. I got to have really downtime at home in between 2 big East Coast tours that I'm doing. I have less overall travel days this month than I've had, before I made this transition to full-time ministry. So we're where we'd like to be as a family and professionally, and everything is going well. And then right before Mass, I don't know, I guess I was kind of tired maybe from watching kids all weekend, and I don't know what it was exactly. I think I'm maybe nervous about the tour coming up. I'm going to miss David and the kids. But David sent me a couple of text messages right before Mass, and I read them, and I just kind of was in this really bad mood. And I was hurt, and I was upset, and we got to Mass, and I was still hurt and upset. I'm crying, the opening song. I mean, I was in the pew. It was fine. As far as I don't think I was disturbing anyone. Mercedes, our 5-year-old, was next to me on this side, and she was rubbing my arm, Mom, it's okay, right? And so I prayed and tried to be open, but I was just not super happy. And so the word that stood out to me was in the second reading, and I realized that this exhortation from Paul to the Thessalonians was also for me. The full quote is, "We ask you, brothers and sisters, with regard to the coming of our Lord Jesus Christ and our assembling with Him, not to be shaken out of your minds suddenly, or to be alarmed, either by a spirit or by an oral statement or by a letter allegedly from us, to the effect that the day of the Lord is at hand." And so I realized what I had done is I got startled out of my mind from this text message, even though things were going really well. And so that word spoke to me and just invited me to calm down. And even though it didn't make me feel better right away, later that night after we got home from Mass and tucked all the kids in, David and I had a really good talk, and I was still upset, but I was expressing my feelings really openly and trusting him with that, and he really met me with honesty, and we were able to work through the feelings that I had, and I felt so much better after, and we got so much closer through that conversation. And that word that was spoken to me during Mass really helped me not to allow myself to be so startled even by my own emotions. So that word that I received at Mass just helped me to be open to God's Spirit even in the midst of all my emotions. So as I explore what the Lord is calling me to do about that word as the week continues, we're in this rebuilding phase. This is what David and I refer to this season in life as a family. I just got over this really sort of long-term illness that I had of postpartum depression. We've made this turn in our ministry to really focus on evangelization, and things are going well overall, but we still need to be gentle with ourselves. My health is still fragile. We're rebuilding, and I realized that I need to have perseverance. So I brought these to share today because actually I'm about to go work out, which is why I just threw my hair up like this, and I have my workout shirt on. So I'm gonna go running, but I was recalling how I had a running injury when I was engaged to be married, and at the time I was running about 5 miles a day. Now I run maybe 3 or 4 miles most days, but I love longer distance running, and yet I had a foot injury, so I couldn't run, and I just figured, okay, that's it. I was 21, and I'm never gonna run again the rest of my life. That's just what I presumed. I remember David just encouraging me, saying, "No, go to physical therapy, keep working on it. I believe that you're gonna get well. I believe you're gonna run again." And he gave me this iPod for Christmas that year with just different songs that were fitting for running, and I still hadn't been rehabilitated, but his persistence and his encouragement just helped me to press on. And now, I run all the time. I'm about to go running right now. And so I realized that in this phase of life that my family is in, I need to have perseverance. I need to be not startled out of my mind so easily, because that's kind of my tendency, especially toward the end of a season or the end of a project or the end of an undertaking. I'm prone to like have this excitement at the beginning, and then toward the end I'll think, oh, it's over. There's no need to finish. No, it's never gonna happen. And yet, just as I do now when I'm running toward the end of a run, when it's getting hard and I'm getting tired, I remind myself, like, no, this is what separates the athletes. Like, this is what separates a distance runner from somebody who's not gonna be a distance runner, is that I'm persevering. I'm gonna take it up a notch to finish. And so I feel like the Lord is inviting me to do that in life right now, to continue to be patient with myself, but also to stay in it, to keep getting more healthy and getting stronger and being stable as a family, and to grow this ministry that we have so that it can continue to be a blessing for our family and hopefully a blessing for you as well. So how does this word apply to your life? Well, maybe like me, you tend to be dramatic. Like, like one thing happens, maybe that's like startling, and then you're like, oh no, everything is over. Life is stopping. Okay. Maybe you're not, though. Maybe you're steady and persistent, and you know that emotions come and go, but you can remain focused. Well, I would say if you're on the persistent side, that's such a blessing. I just want to encourage anybody who's listening to this who like cannot relate with my drama. Thank you for being you. Thank you for being steady. And I just, from the depths of my heart, I'm grateful for my husband, for people like him who are a little more even keel and who tends toward, freaking out, that everything is gonna be okay. Like, to hang in, to stay persistent, don't be startled. It's all right, because even those of us who are really cheerful, a lot of the times, we need those reminders. So I'm grateful for you and grateful that you're watching today. This episode is made possible by my patrons. Amanda Vernon patrons, they empower me to share my experience of God in the church while still feeding my family at the same time. So those of you who are listening who are patrons, thank you. Your contribution to my ministry, just your support of our family, is our most stable source of income, so that way we can plan for the future and we can undertake new projects, and I can continue making videos like this one. But if you'd like to learn about becoming a patron, you can click on the link below. Otherwise, if you comment or share or like this video, that helps us reach even more people as well. So thank you, and God bless.